There's a city in Spain that people from Glasgow hate to hear about. Celtic and Rangers have both lost major European finals in Seville/Sevilla, depending obviously on where you're from. They were in two completely different stadiums as well, but in this video today, we are going to be visiting the city that people from Glasgow hate to hear about. We'll also be visiting the two stadiums by which Celtic and Rangers have played major European finals. Absolutely gut-wrenching, the two stories. When you love Scottish football as much as I do as an outsider, it is terrible to see that both of these huge incredible clubs have lost finals in the way that they did in Seville. But this should be a really interesting video. We're going to mix in a bit of travel, we're going to see the city, we're leaving Portugal, we're going to be getting on a coach just for the day. I think I've only got about 6 hours, maybe 7 hours, something like that, within Seville to film all I need to film and then get back for my bus. And that is where today's sponsor comes in, if I can find the right side that it is in my bag. A huge thank you to YFood for supporting me on my journeys once again. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a bit though. Britain could learn a lot from Portugal. Just look how beautiful the road signs are here. I mean, that is just like the sign for this road. And look at it, it's got a little coat of arms there on these little tiles as well. As I hope you can see from my ticket, 10:45 the bus was supposed to be here. It's currently 11:15 on a day where I'm already so pushed for time. The bus is over half an hour late. 45 minutes later. Okay. Right, welcome to Spain, Seville to be precise. We've not made a vlog here before. I've never even been in my entire life. We've been to Barcelona, we've been to Madrid, Valencia, we've been to quite a few places in Spain, but not Seville. First impressions here, look. But we're here like 50 minutes later than what we should have been. As I mentioned earlier in this video, we were already really already pressed for time, let alone now when the bus was like almost an hour late. So when I said to YFood that I was doing this trip and they wanted to sponsor one of my videos, I sent them a list of videos, of which some were matchday vlogs, etc. They picked this one, not knowing that I would actually be running really late and be really pressed for time, which is why they actually do usually come in so handy anyway. You may have heard me speak about YFood before in a few of my videos, and they have helped me a lot on my travels. YFood and the people there know that people lead really busy lives, especially in 2022, and especially me today. I literally have not got time to stop walking and filming today, so to have lunch is going to be hard, and to get something healthy is going to be even harder than that, especially when I'm away in foreign places like this. But this is a ready to drink complete meal, fresh berry flavor that I cannot wait to have. Some of the stuff in there, 26 vitamins and minerals, high in protein, fiber, lactose free, gluten free, no added sugar as well. There's a discount code on screen right now. Please do use that, and use the top link in the description box below as well to order yourself some YFood. I've had some great feedback from some people who have bought some, so a huge thank you if you have, using the code. Like I say, tastes really nice, really convenient, really healthy as well. It'll keep you going if you're busy, just like I am. First sign that this is a Rangers and Celtic video. Look, behind the Walter White kind of sticker there, we have a Union Bears sticker. I didn't know I'd be passing by one of these today. I've just had to Google what this is. Look at that, there is like a rocket space launch pad that was used all the way up until 2003, I think, the year that Celtic actually played here in the UEFA Cup final, just 20 minutes up the road. Look at that! It's an actual rocket that has been into space, made by the European Space Agency, apparently. Here's to hoping this video takes off a little bit like that rocket did once upon a time. Wow, this doesn't look much like a big beautiful stadium, as you can see, but this is indeed the Estadio in which Celtic lost the 2003 UEFA Cup final. It is also where they screened the 2022 Europa League final. Obviously Rangers brought so many fans to that final that they screened it in here. Wow, you can actually see through to the seats a little bit there. But I'm going to do a loop at the stadium, obviously, just to see what else we can see and find. But hope you can see in there. There's some seats. But yeah, I've got some cool facts to tell you about this place. But we do need to get a bit of a better view and see if we can get in as well. That is the plan for these two stadiums. What do I do with my life? Walking around Seville on a Thursday afternoon trying to enter stadiums that may not even be open. I've done a whole loop of this stadium. I've asked security guys who are working here. There is just no way in. It is impenetrable without accreditation, as they keep telling me. Accreditation, obviously. But yeah, I might have got one or two clips, but as I tell you about this stadium and why it relates to Celtic, I'll overlay some images that I can find online. This is the best that I'm able to do today, but it has to be, from the outside, one of the worst looking stadiums I think I've ever seen. It is just completely grey. It doesn't look like a world-renowned international football stadium at all. So this stadium is called La Cartuja, and it is used mainly for football, but it also has been used for athletics. It was completed in 1999, ready in time for the World Athletic Championships, which were held here in Spain. It has a capacity of 57,619 seats, which means it is the 5th largest stadium in Spain and the 2nd largest in Andalusia. But this obviously was the final venue of the 2003 UEFA Cup final between Celtic and Porto, and it cost around 120 million euros to build. This even held games during the Euros, didn't it? Euro 2020, which was held in 2021 due to the pandemic, and they couldn't have a full stadium here because of the rules in Spain at the time. I think it was around a fifth or a quarter of the stadium actually had fans in it during the Euros. On to Celtic versus Porto. It was a huge final for the club, as was the Rangers final too. Whenever a Scottish team makes the final of a European competition, it is obviously huge, but it was 3-2 to Porto after extra time thanks to a goal from Derlei, and it was the first game to use the silver goals rule, although because they scored their winner in the second half of extra time, silver goals never counted for that game. But prior to this game, no club from Scotland or Portugal had ever won the UEFA Cup, so whoever was going to win it was going to be the first for their nation. The game had what UEFA described as the biggest travelling support ever assembled for a single game, with 80,000 Celtic fans travelling to Seville for the final. Celtic received awards from, I think, UEFA and FIFA, one or maybe both of which I've seen on the stadium tour. The Boys from Seville, it was called, or their fans got, I'm getting attacked by flies. The fans that came were known as the Boys from Seville. Obviously Boys being spelled B-H-O-Y-S, and it actually meant that, yeah, they received an award, a FIFA Fair Play Award or a UEFA Fair Play Award or whatever, for their fantastic support during that final. And Celtic actually beat two English teams on the way to the final, Blackburn Rovers and Liverpool. They dispatched on the way to the final. They also beat Boa Vista as well. Had Boa Vista had beaten Celtic, they'd have got to the final against Porto, which would have meant that the derby was contested between the two teams from Porto, so it would have been the Porto derby in the final. I bet the Boa Vista fans were gutted, but I suppose Jose Mourinho's team probably would have beaten them anyway. Just check out the players and the teams that were on the field that day. 3-2, 2 goals from Henrik Larsson. Celtic never went ahead. They went behind twice before Larsson's 2 headers brought them back level both times, and then obviously, like I say, Derlei scored the winner in the 115th minute. But yeah, I mean, just look at the Porto team there. You've got guys like Deco, Costinha, Maniche, Paulo Ferreira, Ricardo Carvalho, Victor Baio, what a goalkeeper he was, all managed by Jose Mourinho. And then you look at the Celtic team with Neil Lennon, Alan Thompson, Sutton. Larsson obviously was the big name there, and Martin O'Neill was obviously the manager that day. And I don't know if I've ever said this on a video, but I often chat to like Scottish football fans a lot about football, as you know, on and off camera. And when I'm off camera, I often say to them, like, look how much better Scottish football was back then in terms of the quality. Henrik Larsson scored twice in that final for Celtic. He would go on to move to Barcelona, and when he was at Barca, didn't he go on loan to Man United as well? Name me one player in the entirety of Scotland in the last 10-15 years that would be even near a transfer target list for Barcelona, or any top team in La Liga for that matter as well. Anyway, you wouldn't know it from this angle, would you? That's a gate 13 over there, so I can confirm that this is indeed a stadium, but I mean, it doesn't really look like one, does it? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of this place. Haven't really been able to get inside. The security guards were nice enough, but they weren't budging on letting me in at all. I tried 3 or 4 different entrances, but I mean, there's barely anything to see on the outside as well. Yep, here we go. This is where Celtic played their European final, and this is where Rangers fans obviously came to see it screened as well. They couldn't get tickets for the actual one, but the final. Anyway, time to leave here and head through to the city, to the next ground. Hola.
Buenas tardes.
Now obviously the other stadium was stuck out on some bit of the city, right out in the middle of nowhere, but look at where this one is. Look, we are coming up to the home of Sevilla now, and it is going to be like an actual stadium. Wow, this is giving me proper Valencia vibes. Big old stadium like this, beautifully branded right in the heart of the city that it is within. Look at this place. This is tremendous. This is where Rangers played their Europa League final. It's so much nicer here than the Celtic Stadium, but obviously I am aware of the conditions and the failures of the authorities during that day. The whole no water thing, people having their power banks taken away. Really poorly managed final, I suppose, from the Rangers perspective, as it was for Liverpool as well. I feel like British fans, rightly or wrongly, have a really bad reputation, and that goes against us a lot of the time abroad. But I mean, controversies aside, this looks like a stunning stadium from the outside. So I think I've just seen the best stadium mosaic of all time. Just check out that, look. That's unreal, the creativity to put that together, plus some of the old teams that are on there. I think Arsenal are on there, Benfica, a lot of Spanish teams, Boca Juniors as well as a few others from around the world. Absolutely sensational. But yeah, this is the Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan Stadium. Oh god, I'm so sorry about my pronunciation as per usual, but it was built in 1955, opened in 1958, renovated in 1996 and 2017. This stadium is obviously home to Sevilla Football Club and is named after their former president, Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan. It was the venue of the 1986 European Cup final between Steaua Bucharest and Barcelona, and also the World Cup semi-final in 1982 between West Germany and France. And obviously it is the stadium where Rangers recently played Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League final. It's the 9th largest stadium in Spain, the 3rd largest in Andalusia, and it has a capacity of around 42,000, which for a European final containing Rangers really isn't a lot. Hence why they had to open up the other stadium for a load of fans to come and watch it, I suppose. But yeah, it is a tremendous stadium. I'm going to see if I can do a tour. I think they may do tours. We're getting quite late on in the day now. It is 4:30. So we shall see. Wish me luck. Look, so I've got my stadium tour ticket, €12, and the stadium is just there. Look, we're in the shopping centre now. My phone is charging just over there. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Rangers final here against Eintracht Frankfurt when we get in there, and just sort of wrap this video up. But I am also going to be doing a completely different stadium tour video where we talk about Sevilla themselves. So yeah, got 2 videos today for the price of 1. Here we are. I knew this video wouldn't be a complete waste of time, especially after we went to that first stadium, which was terrible. But I mean, just look how nice this is. I am actually filming, like I've mentioned already, a stadium tour specific video. I've just had a look around inside. Some of the history of Sevilla is unbelievable. They were founded by a Scotsman as well. I don't want to go into it too much right now, but you can watch that video, and there are some incredible trophies in there, 6 of which are obviously Europa League / UEFA Cups as well, which makes it kind of fitting how the 2022 Europa League final was here. They held it in the place of the team who have the most of that trophy, so they are the record holders of that with 6. I'll have just shown you a few of those from inside. But yeah, this is where Rangers played their Europa League final against Eintracht Frankfurt. This is where Van Bronckhorst would have had his pre- and post-game interviews. So here's the tunnel walk that the Rangers players would have made, and Eintracht Frankfurt, of course, before the Europa League final here last summer. Oh, it's a long old tunnel. I thought we were about to see the pitch then. We have the Sevilla badge behind us there. As we keep moving around, the atmosphere is building as we go. God, then you come up here like this. Wow. Doesn't feel huge whilst you're even down here. It doesn't feel like a massive stadium, but Joe Aribo obviously put Rangers 1-0 up on this very pitch behind me in the second half, didn't he? It was around about an hour. Rangers had about 30 minutes to hold on. Unlike Celtic in their game, Rangers actually went ahead. But yes, I think even in saying that, I still think that Celtic team from 2003 probably would have beaten the Rangers team from 2022, despite them being in the same tournament. How many of that Rangers team would go on to play for Barcelona, for example? Probably none, compared to like Larsson, who did go to Barcelona. But look, this is where Rangers obviously played their final, right down here. Then Boré obviously equalised before going on to score the winning penalty, I think. What about Ryan Kent's miss as well, right towards the end of the game? And yeah, a few cracking saves from their keeper. Tav's free kick too. So yeah, we've now seen in this video the two stadiums whereby Celtic and Rangers have both played major European finals. I know I've got a lot of Celtic and Rangers fans out there who watch these videos. A huge thank you first of all, but also secondly, let me know in the comments your thoughts of them finals. Do you have any memories of them? Were you at the games? I would love to hear it. What were your thoughts, Rangers, especially on being here? From where I'm standing right now, it's a lovely looking stadium, but I can imagine on the night going into extra time penalties, it was hot, there was no water in the stadium for the fans. I did feel for you guys that day, but yeah, in this video we've seen the two stadiums where Celtic and Rangers have both played major European finals. Well, it's been a very, very long day for me, traipsing from the Guff Stadium out of the city centre, that one where Celtic played and where they screened the Rangers game, to come in all the way here to this one, and then obviously filming the stadium tour and doing the Celtics Rangers video as well. It's been a tough one, but yeah, a huge thank you to YFood for keeping me going. I haven't stopped all day. It's been all go, 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 so I couldn't do cool videos without great sponsors like that. So if you do want to support the channel, go and check out YFood. Top link in the description box below. Remember to use the discount code as well. That'll all be down there, and I'd have showed you earlier too. So huge thank you to them for sorting me out with today. A huge thank you to you guys for watching. Please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe if you're new as well. You don't want to miss out on the stadium tour video that I just filmed. Really, really interesting. Some amazing facts and an incredible trophy room that you're going to want to see as well. So yeah, thanks again for all the support. I'll leave some videos on screen. If you could click one to carry on watching, that'd be amazing. I am heading through the city to get my bus back to Portugal. Gracias and adios.